Most people are slaves, not to chains, but to their own opinions. Epictetus, born into bondage and raised in hardship, saw what few are willing to see. The worst prison is built within the mind. A man might walk freely through the streets and still be chained to fear, to praise, to anger, to the endless search for validation. Yet another, beaten and poor, may possess the unshakable stillness of a sovereign. It was this paradox that drove Epictetus to uncover brutal truths, sharp, uncompromising insights that stripped away illusion and carved out the path to inner freedom. These truths were not soft comforts. They were not meant to soothe. They were meant to liberate.
The first truth is this: you control almost nothing, and yet that is your greatest power. Epictetus drew a hard line between what is in our control and what is not. Your body, your health, your reputation, your wealth, all these belong to fortune, not to you. Try to claim them, and you invite anxiety. But your opinions, your choices, your reactions, those are yours, fully and completely. The modern mind resists this. It wants control over outcomes, not just effort. It craves certainty, not just clarity of intent. But Epictetus warned, to attach your peace to things outside your command is to beg for chaos. Ask yourself, how often do you suffer not from what happened, but from your belief about what it meant? The insult, the rejection, the delay. It is not the event that wounds, but the interpretation. The moment you recognize this, you reclaim power. You are not a puppet to circumstance. You are the judge of its meaning. And if you withhold judgment, you withhold pain. The second brutal truth: you have no right to complain, only the duty to respond. Complaint is a symptom of misunderstanding your role in the universe. The Stoics believe the cosmos unfolds with perfect necessity. To resist it is to waste yourself in vain. When hardship arrives, it is not an injustice. It is a summons, a test of your reason, a call to strengthen the soul. Epictetus taught his students to treat difficulty like the trainer's weights, not curses but instruments of growth. The weak man blames life. The strong man asks, what virtue does this moment require of me? You may lose money, you may lose status, you may be ignored, ridiculed, abandoned by luck, but you do not lose the power to act with reason, to respond with dignity. That is the invincible part of you. And the more you exercise it, the less the world can hurt you. The third brutal truth: you are disturbed not by events, but by your own thoughts about them. This principle is the blade that separates the Stoic from the crowd. It demands that you scrutinize your thoughts as a guard inspects a gate. Not every belief deserves entry. Not every fear is true. The undisciplined mind is like a room with open windows in a storm. Chaos pours in. But the Stoic mind closes the shutters. It watches the thoughts arrive and asks, is this useful? Is this rational? Is this under my control? Overthinking thrives on unchecked interpretation. You imagine what others think of you. You replay what was said. You predict failure, catastrophe, disgrace. Yet none of these are facts. They are projections, shadows. Epictetus urges you to step back and ask, what exactly has happened? If there is no wound to your reason or your will, then no harm has been done. The rest is illusion. And if you're still unsure, look again. Your mind is the arena. Your judgment is the fight. Either you rule your thoughts, or your thoughts rule you. The fourth brutal truth: freedom begins when you stop needing permission to live by reason. Many live reactively, waiting for conditions to align before taking responsibility for their soul. They want approval before acting virtuously. They seek applause before committing to what is right. But Epictetus rejected this dependence. He taught that the only authority worth obeying is reason itself, not the crowd, not tradition, not fear. only what withstands the test of logic, clarity, and conscience. In a world consumed by image and noise, this is radical. You are taught to brand yourself, to impress, to perform. But the Stoic asks, what if you could subtract all this? What remains? Who are you when no one is watching, no one is clapping, no one is giving you the signal to begin? That is where freedom starts. Not in rebellion, but in internal alignment. This demands solitude, not physical, but philosophical solitude. The ability to stand alone in thought, to examine your beliefs without herd pressure. Can you explain your values without quoting others? Can you choose your actions based not on outcome, but on principle? That's the mark of the Stoic. That's the standard Epictetus held. The world will try to lure you into agreement with its chaos. It will tell you to care more about optics than truth, about comfort than growth. But the man who has reason as his ruler needs no other master, and such a man is hard to shake. The fifth brutal truth: pain is not your enemy, comfort is. Pain sharpens, comfort dulls. Epictetus believed that the universe trains the soul the same way a soldier is hardened, through friction, not favor. Pain reveals what you truly value. It unmasks illusion. It forces you to confront weakness. But comfort, long, unchecked comfort, softens the will. It teaches dependence. It feeds entitlement. Most flee pain without understanding it, but the Stoic moves towards it, not recklessly, but rationally. If a moment of hardship can fortify the soul, then it is welcomed. If a loss can detach you from illusion, then it is a gift. Epictetus warned, do not wish for events to be easier. Wish to be stronger. Wish to be equal to them. You train not by avoiding discomfort, but by greeting it as preparation. Imagine a wrestler avoiding the fight, a sailor avoiding the storm. The very essence of their skill dies in stillness. So too with reason. It is in chaos that the Stoic discovers clarity. It is in pain that you test what is truly yours, your judgment, your courage, your principles. Your reflex might still resist. You may say, but this pain is too much. Epictetus would ask, too much for what? For reason? For endurance? For virtue? Unless it crushes your will, it cannot crush you. And even then, your will chooses whether to break. So, do not run from pain. Study it. Use it. Let it carve away what is false. Let it reveal what is lasting. The sixth brutal truth: you are not your body, you are not your role, you are your faculty of choice. To Epictetus, identity was never about what the world sees. You are not the clothes you wear, the money you possess, the title you carry. You are your capacity to choose. That is the true self, the governing principle, the inner judge, the spark of reason. Everything else is borrowed. Everything else can be taken. Your body may weaken, your job may vanish, your status may fall, but your power to choose, to say yes or no to what aligns with reason, that remains. And that is where true self-worth lies, not in the roles assigned, but in how you play them, not in the script, but in the spirit you bring to it. Imagine you are cast in a play. You don't choose the story, you don't choose your part, but you choose how well you act it. That is what Epictetus meant when he said, remember, you are an actor in a drama. Let others play heroes or villains. You play your role with virtue, even if it's quiet, even if it's thankless. When you stop confusing your appearance for your essence, you become immune to insult and indifferent to applause. You cannot be humiliated by loss or flattered by gain, because neither touches your will, and only your will defines you. So guard it, refine it, let it speak louder than status. In a world addicted to surface, the Stoic lives by depth. The seventh and final brutal truth: fate is the trainer, reason is the technique, you are the student. Epictetus did not promise ease, he promised clarity. He did not offer escape from life's difficulties. He taught how to engage with them like a warrior trains with his master. You are not here to float. You are here to grow, to be tempered, to become someone unshaken. Fate gives you the curriculum. Reason teaches you how to respond. You are not the author of your circumstances, but you are always the author of your response. That is why the Stoic repeats one mantra: amor fati, love your fate. Not tolerate it, not endure it, love it, welcome it as the forge in which your character is made. When misfortune arrives, the Stoic does not ask, why me? He asks, what strength is being demanded here? What flaw is being revealed? What opportunity is hidden beneath this appearance of loss? Life is not against you, it is instructing you, relentlessly, impersonally, wisely. And once you grasp this, something shifts. You stop seeking shelter from the storm and instead become the one who walks through it upright. You stop demanding the world change and instead focus all energy inward, shaping your will like steel, polishing your judgment like a blade. This is Stoic sovereignty. It does not look like glory, it looks like composure. It does not seek admiration, it seeks alignment. It is silent, grounded, relentless, and it is yours if you are willing to let go of what cannot be controlled and master what can. These are the 7 brutal truths of Epictetus, not for comfort, not for praise, but for freedom. And freedom, as he taught, is not given, it is earned.